Like some אז אמרה לאלוהי בעודי, אז אמרה לאלוהי בעודי, אהללה, אהללה. אז אמרה לאלוהי בעודי, אז אמרה לאלוהי בעודי, אז אמרה לאלוהי בעודי, אהללה, אהללה. אז אמרה לאלוהי בעודי. All sing to you, all praise to you, O source of all creation. We call your name, we sing your praise, O Holy One of blessing. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Az amra lelohai beodi, az amra lelohai beodi, ahalala, ahalala, az amra lelohai beodi.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Temple Israel. I'm Rabbi Michael Wolk, here with my colleague, Cantor Shira Lissick, and it's great to have you with us here in the sanctuary, in our beautiful sanctuary, opened up and expanded for the high holidays. You can have a seat anywhere you would like. Also happy to welcome all of the people joining us on StreamSpot. We're glad that you are celebrating Shabbat, marking the day of rest together with us. Today, this afternoon, is the Shabbat that we call Welcome Home Shabbat, and also our new member Shabbat. Each year, we mark the end of the summer, the beginning of the school year, the approach of the high holiday season with Welcome Home Shabbat. And pretty much like everything else in life right now, we say when we started planning, we thought we were dealing with one thing. By the time we got here, we were dealing with something very different. So I am truly grateful that all of you are here tonight to mark Shabbat, to see Temple Israel, to pray with us, to welcome in the day of rest with us. And it's an opportunity to be grateful for the things that we have in our lives. Last year, Cantor, do you remember on Welcome Home Shabbat, it was me over here, you over there, nobody in the congregation. We didn't have a working camera system, so I had a laptop in front of me, you had a laptop in front of you, going back and forth muting. Isn't it nice to have people here?
It's definitely a new year.
It is definitely a new year. We're also very excited this Shabbat to celebrate the bar mitzvah of Rupert Pittenger, who is here together with his family and who's going to be leading us in prayer shortly, together with members of his family. You're all in for a special treat tonight. But first, let's start our Shabbat with the lighting of candles. Please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kinishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. May be seated. We're ready to start Kabbalat Shabbat, the opening service of Shabbat. Rupert, you think we're ready to start your bar mitzvah? You about ready to go? You've been waiting long enough? And take off the mask, make yourself comfortable. We turn to page 11. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God as we raise our voices together in song. Page 11, Lechuner Anana.
Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Ladonai. Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Lechuner Anana, Ladonai. Naria, Naria, Letzor Yishenu Nekadma, Fanav Betoda. Naria, Naria, Letzor Yishenu, Bizmi Rot Naria Lo. Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Ladonai. Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Ladonai.
Sing to Adonai a new song, sing to Adonai all the earth. Page 13, sorry, my mistake. Page 14, the heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea and its fullness roar, the meadows and all that grows in them exalt. Yismachu Hashamayim, middle of page 14.
Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz.
We continue on the bottom of page 20, the final three lines, Romamu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho.
We turn to page 23. We welcome in the Shabbat Kala, the Shabbat bride, with Lecha Dodi.
Likrat gala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat gala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor bedibur echad. Hishmiyanu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad. L'shem el tiferet v'lihila la 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 lecha dodi. Likrat kala, pene Shabbat kabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof ma'aseh b'machar shafat yala la 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 lecha dodi. Likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Uive shalom ateret ba'ala, gam besimcha uvetahala toch emunei am segula. Boi chala la 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 lecha dodi. Likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
Yasher Koach, Rupert, great job, great start. You may be seated. We turn to page 27, a song for the day of Shabbat, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat.
sing along with me. We'll start with Lai, Lai, Lai. Lai, 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 Lai. Lai, 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 Lai. Lai, 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 Lai. Lai, 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 Lai. Lai, 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 Lai. Same melody. The words Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker baboker chasdecha ve'emunatcha ba'aleilot alei asor v'alei navel alei higayon ve'chinor. Lai, lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Ya, lai, lai, ya, lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 ya, lai, 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 lai. צדיק אתה מרעיף רך כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחון. עוד ינבו משיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא הבלטה בו.
Page 29.
Adonai malaki ulavesh, lavesh Adonai osi tazar apti konte verbar timot. Mikolot mayim rabim adirim mishpereyam, adir bamarom Adonai, erotecha nemnu meod levetcha navakodesh, Adonai leorech yamin.
At this point, we turn to our prayers of healing. We think of those in our lives in need of physical and spiritual well-being. Tonight, in our prayers, we think of Hannah Miriam bat Rivka, Rav Yaakov Chai ben Hadassah, Shimon ben Yaakov, Mordechai ben Naomi, Devorah bat Sarah, Herschel Yehoshua ben Malka, Harel bat Rezel, Dov ben Ita, Shmuel Yaakov ben Kalia ba'ari, Devorah Rachel, Malka bat Sarah, Leib Yisrael ben Sipora, Eliza Meira bat Leah, Tzivia bat Chana, Yudit bat Miriam, Fegla bat Chasha, Arya ben Malka, Kalman Pinchas ben Moshe ve'eta, Sarah bat Chaim Shlomo, Sarah bat Chaya, Chanoch Yitzchak ben Sarah, Sarah bat Shendel, Binyamin Noah, Ever Yitzchak, Yosef ben Miriam, Shiri Ruth Batya bat Yaakov Yerushalayim, Cyril ben Moshe Kalman, Miriam Tzivya bat Aaron Vitova, Raphael ben Perel, Chaim Yitzchak ben Gittel Fegel, Leah bat Ruth, Dawson Julia Elijah Villa, Jordana Faith Ram, Mabel Tannenbaum, Kathy Berlin, Sandra Harold, Don Roth, Philip LaMantia, Tamara Rivera, Irene Janet Locker, Marty Shefflin, Linda Castellanos Thomas Clark, David Shmuel Ben Chaim Barrel, Miriam Daniela bat Areli Vimoshe, Phyllis Keller, Gabrielle Zago, and Marcia Bracha bat Doba. Now take a moment to recite the names of anyone you'd like to pray for this Shabbat. Cantor leads us in the prayer for healing.
El Narefanala, El Narefanalo, שבירך אבותינו אל נערפה נעלה, אל נערפה נעלה. מי שבירך אמותינו, grant us רפואה שלמה. Grant us רפואה שלמה. May the source of healing renew our bodies, renew our spirit, and let us say Amen.
We turn to page 30 in the Sidurim, and I invite those in mourning or marking a yortzeit to please rise and join me in the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'la'omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru Amen. May be seated. Shabbat shalom, everyone. When my wife Heidi and I were looking to purchase our first home in Louisville, we, as people do, visited many different houses for sale. And we ultimately loved the house that we wound up in, but the name of the game at that point, looking for our first house, is compromise. What can we live with? What are the trade-offs that are acceptable to us? One particular house was advertised as having an upstairs porch. Well, that sounded promising to me. I like sitting outside with books. But when we got to the house, it did indeed have a door upstairs that opened up to the outside. But the porch was a tiny little square, and there was no fence, no security rail around it. I opened the door, I walked outside without really looking, and remember that feeling. I didn't fall, but remember that feeling when you suddenly think you're falling and try to grab something to catch yourself. So we did not buy that house. On other houses that we looked at, we noticed a feature that we started to call doors to nowhere. That is, upstairs doors leading outside with nothing but air on the outside of the door. I assumed there was something there at that point, or the builders meant to put something there, but by the time we got to them, whatever was supposed to be there was clearly not. We very quickly decided, even before we had children, that we did not want any of those houses either. Now, according to our Torah portion this week, the Parsha of Ki Tetzei, none of these homes would have passed inspection in ancient Israel. Devarim, Deuteronomy 22:8 teaches us, when you build a new house, you shall make a ma'akeh, a guardrail for your roof, so that you do not bring blood guilt on your house if anyone should fall from it. Biblical scholars look at this verse and note that houses in the ancient Near East, at the time this might have come from, tended to have flat roofs that because of the weather were used for many different purposes, like storing produce or socializing, and even sleeping in warm weather. So it was not uncommon in ancient Israel to find people on your roof. Later, the Talmudic sages, who lived in different style houses, taught that this law provides us with general principles about dangerous objects in our homes. In the Talmud, they used this discussion to talk about our responsibilities of dogs or cows or goats or any other animal that might have been found in a home and had the ability to hurt someone. Today, this text is used in rabbinic circles when we talk about the responsibilities that would come if you keep guns in your home, another dangerous object. The principle is that if people come into your home, you have a responsibility to care for their well-being and to protect them from anything potentially dangerous in there. Now, a temple like ours, Temple Israel, is a kind of home for all of the people who come here. A temple serves as a Beit Tfilah, a house of prayer, a Beit Midrash, a house of study, and a Beit Knesset, a house of gathering, a house of coming together. The key word in each of those phrases is Beit, Beit, a house, a home. More important than any single function of the temple is the way we strive to relate to the other people who enter into this building, who are part of this community, how we relate to them with caring. This caring can be reflected in the way that we extend a hand to people sitting Shiva, bringing them food while they grieve. It can be reflected in the way we invite other members of the community to share in our simchas, to share in our happy occasions. It can be reflected in the way we call to check on someone who hasn't been in shul for a few weeks. Caring for someone, caring for our neighbors, is not an exact science. It's an art, and it's a skill that we work constantly to refine. Today, of course, caring for the well-being of people who come into this house, into our home, is reflected in the effort we put into keeping people healthy during the pandemic. I really want to thank the people who stepped forward a week and a half ago to tell us that they had COVID, because they gave other people, their neighbors, the chance to check on their own health. They expressed their caring for other members of their community. To me, that is one modern equivalent to putting a fence around our roof. Whatever this upcoming year brings us, may we always strive to care for the most valuable assets of this congregation, the people that form our Kehillah Kedoshah, each and every one of you. The last 3 years on Welcome Home Shabbat, we celebrated the arrival of new clergy. 3 years ago, Rabbi Siegel. 2 years ago, Cantor Lissick. Last year, myself. This year, we celebrate the fact that in some form, we are able to be together. We are here. We are continuing to practice Jewish life, and we are continuing to care for each other. Now I invite everyone to please rise. Each Shabbat, we bless those near us with the Berkat Kohanim, with the words of the priestly blessing. And we think of those members of our family who are either next to us physically or separated by a distance, and we reach out to them with our arms if you're comfortable, or with our hearts if you're a little farther away. And we join with Cantor Lissick in the Berkat Kohanim.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך. Join your voices with mine. כן יהי רצון. כן יהי רצון.
May Adonai bless you and guard you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
Adonai show you favor and be gracious to you. Adonai show you kindness and grant you peace. Ken yehi ratzon. May it be God's will. We turn our Sidurim to page 39. We stay standing for the Mari for the evening service. And I'd like to invite members of the Pittenger family to join us up here on the bima. You can join us too if you'd like. You can join the choir.
Everyone, join your voices with ours.
Be seated. Should be curious. They're available for bar mitzvahs and weddings. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from before the light.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבי.
Amen. Page 40.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך, אהבת תורה מצוותים משפט. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו, בהם נגע יומם בלילה, והפתך תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Amen.
All right, guys, ready?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ub'chol nafshecha ub'chol me'odecha. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'bitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'shofecha u'tkumecha v'shirtam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu totafot b'neinecha u'taftam hamezuzot beitecha u'visharecha.
Page 42.
עם שמות נשמע
David Emmer. Beat and Kedoshim Lalav.
Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
Then Moses, Miriam, and the people Israel joyfully sang this song to you, Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך באלים מי כמוך נהדר בקודש מי כמוך נהדר נורא תפילות אוסף אלה אוסף אלה נורא תפילות אוסף אלה אוסף אלה מלכות ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלי זה אלי זה אלי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד Join us. מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך באלים מי כמוך נהדר בקודש מי כמוך נהדר בקודש ונאמר כי פז אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גד ישראל
Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Blessed are you who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu, sing with us. Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, leshalom, leshalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, leshalom, leshalom, ושמור צאתנו ובואנו, ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים.
Amen. If you're new to Temple Israel, you will soon learn, as I learned last year when I moved here, that in our Vishamru, there is one extra word that nobody else has. Anyone know what that one word is? Woo! Because we had a beloved congregant, Audrey Maddens, of blessed memory, who sat in the back row, and every time we sang Vishamru, she would go woo and raise her hands in the air and dance. So pay attention for the woo. That is a Temple Israel tradition. It's part of our Vishamru. Page 46, please rise.
Vishamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. Vishamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. בניובים בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. Vishamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. That's what I was thinking. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. I'll just add, Rabbi, that Audrey actually probably learned it from all our little people at CJP.
Okay.
Because Audrey was a person who made everyone feel at home, right? That was her thing. And so I think all ages, from the very little CJP to all of us, she made us feel that. So I feel like she, one of our matriarchs, learned from our very babies that, woo!
They're our best teachers.
Yeah, right?
I know, so good.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
ועמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי
בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעולם מעומיה יתברך
יתברך וישבח ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן ביעלמה
Amen. We spend the next few moments in silent prayer, the words of the Amidah beginning on page 47. Last year, when the pandemic started, I missed out on so many things. But for me, it was the longest time I had gone in my life without being part of a minyan, without being part of a prayer quorum, coming together with other Jews to pray on Shabbat or during the week or on holidays. And that separation, even being up here leading from the bima with nobody here, was one of the harder experiences of this last year and a half. And I know during that time, being able to connect virtually was a lifeline for so many people, so many of us who were alone in our homes, separated from the people we love, separated from our communities, reached out with the only means possible, Zoom and other platforms, to connect to other people in the community, to feel that we were part of something greater than just ourselves by our sitting at home alone. We are so thankful that in the last year and a half, so many new people have joined Temple Israel. Some people are new to town. Some people have been here for many years. Some people have joined for Hebrew school. Some people have joined for bar mitzvahs. Some people have joined to come on Shabbat. Some people have joined just to meet other Jewish people and to be part of a community. And we pray that whatever it is you are looking for at Temple Israel, whatever inspired you to come forward during this difficult time and seek out a new Jewish community, that you always find that and more here at Temple Israel. And know that Cantor and myself and members of our incredible staff, our incredible team, are here to help you. If you're here and you are a member of the staff, I'm going to ask you to please rise and say hello. Let me introduce you to the people you don't see on the bima all the time. We have our interim executive director, Karen Turk, over there saying hello, spoken to her in the office. We have Sue Ann Burrows, our office manager. Many of you have spoken to her on the phone. We have Alan Jonathan, our incredible youth and facilities director, who is bringing our USY chapter to life and who our kids love spending time with. They always seem to go meshuggah with Alan, which I hear is a good thing. He also keeps M&Ms in his office, which is very good to know. And we have Rabbi Kornsgold, Rabbi Helene Kornsgold, the director of TIRS, Temple Israel Religious School, located down the street in Shalom Park, where many of your children will learn. We have Melissa Lefko, who is with her in TIRS and does so many things in our office. And we have Aaron Goldstein, who is our membership director, who has welcomed so many of you to Temple Israel already and is becoming an expert at challah deliveries. She is very good at that. And sitting right in front of her, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Terry Cathcart, who was our facilities director, who retired after how many years, Terry? 28 years of service to Temple Israel. How have the first 2 weeks of retirement been? A pleasure. Hope you weren't crossing your fingers on that one. We're grateful for all of you for being part of the Temple Israel team and the Temple Israel community, and know that all of the members of the staff are here to help you if we can. Now I'd like to welcome anybody who has joined Temple Israel, let's say since the pandemic started in March of 2020. I'm going to invite you to all please rise together. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask each of you to say hello, but we'd like to recite together with you Shehechianu, the blessing for doing something for the first time. Now, Shehechianu, there's something very specific about it. It is something that we say it's a blessing. We thank God on giving us the opportunity to do something for the first time, but it has to be the first time, the first of many times that you do something. So we are glad you are here celebrating Shabbat with us tonight. But may this be, if it is the first of many times, may there be days without masks. May there be days when we can sit down together for Shabbat dinner, when we can be close to each other, when we can fully come together. This is only the first time. We're glad to have you here, and please join with Cantor Lissick and myself in reciting the Shehechianu.
So you will find that I'm the cantor that always wants to bring you new melodies, and we almost did a new Shehechianu tonight because that's what I usually love to do. But then I decided, no, I really wanted our new members and our old members to just feel 100% at home, that we could really sing together welcome this moment together of Welcome Home Shabbat, new member Shabbat together. So you should know this melody, and if you don't, we'll do it on Lai 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 first, and then we'll do the words. Here we go. Please join me. Lai 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 Lai, Lai 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 Lai, Lai 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 Lai, Lai 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 Lai. Now put the words Baruch Atah Adonai, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu, Melech HaOlam Shehecheyanu, Shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh, lazman hazeh. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu, Melech HaOlam, Melech HaOlam Shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Welcome to Temple Israel. We continue on page 54, Kaddish Shalem.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
בעמד יברח ילותי ביום נתמכותי בחייכון ובמלכון ובחית רבית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ומעולמיה יתברך. יתברך וישבח ויפאר ותרומה וינשא ויזזר ויזלל ויזלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה וימרו אמן. תרכב צלתון ובעלתון זוכו ישראל קודם אבוהון וישמעי וימרו אמן. יהי שלום הרב מן שמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל וימרו אמן.
Amen. Page 56, we rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המעולם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובר מרומים. הוא אלוהינו העליון, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, בארץ מתחתינו. הנה רק נקבל הכתוב בתורתך ארוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
May be seated. We turn to page 58. This Shabbat, we mark the yortzites of Paul Deugen, Stan Gray, Willie Kaplan, Sophie Edelstein, Gabrielle May-Zahav, June Karlofsky, Michael Malkin, Hazel Flash, Sheila Sissy Gottlieb, Martin Silver, Louis Seitlin, Joseph Besnoy, Maria Pilar Fernandez Zapico, Pauline Yale, George Kuliner, Ezzy Isidore Cinco, Jeanette Davis Diamond, Georgiana Ripner, Ethel Abrams, Harry Fogel, Peter Matthews, Pinkas Boxer, Harold Jacoby, Sherman Levine, Tessie Nagel, Rose Goldman, Lillian Collar, Blanche Pally, and Donald Porter. We also extend condolences to Sam and Nancy Bernstein for the passing of Sam's father, Martin Bernstein. Sam was sitting Shiva this week in South Carolina, and he will be joining Temple Israel to sit the final night of Shiva Sunday night at 5:30 at our Zoom minyan. Please come extend your condolences to Sam Sunday at 5:30 for his final night of Shiva. We turn to page 58. Invite those in mourning or marking a yortzeit to rise and join me in the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yalma divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach leolam olamei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav Yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Are you giving announcements tonight? You want to turn? That was a yes. I'm happy to call on our President Teresa Brenner for some words of Shabbat greeting.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, Temple Israel family. It's delightful to see so many folks in person and to have people joining us via live stream as well. Welcome especially to our new congregants and to our current congregants. I can say as a president this year, I'm so delighted that I'm only welcoming home new congregants and not another clergy team member. We have our dream team clergy now, Rabbi Walk and Cantor Lissick. Thank you for leading us in services this evening. Following services tonight, we have an oneg with Shabbat treats. They're really, I don't know if they're sweet or savory. I know we've expanded our Shabbat treat offering, made by Lisa Nagel and Nina Ackenbaum, who are also our greeters this evening, and they are homemade. So thank you so much, ladies, for greeting folks and for making an oneg treat for all of us with love. Mazel tov to Rupert Pittenger on this evening's Kabbalat Shabbat services, to your parents, Bobby and Jody, to your brothers and sisters who led us in joyful prayer so sweetly, to your grandparents and your aunts and uncles and all your friend and family. We look forward to hearing you tomorrow and to you officially becoming a bar mitzvah tomorrow here at Temple Israel. Thank you also to Adam Ward for your musical accompaniment, to Sean Seifert for your audiovisual support, and to Aaron Goldstein for our new member welcome, which we will also be doing later at the oneg. For those attending services in person tomorrow, Bobby and Jody Pittenger will be sponsoring the Shabbat sweet or savory treat in honor of their son Rupert's bar mitzvah. Temple Israel religious school enrollment and annual enrollments are occurring now. Thank you to all who have renewed. If you haven't already done so, register and renew this week. You won't want to miss being with your old and new friends at Temple Israel Religious School. Our Director of Congregational Education, Rabbi Helene Kornsgold, has asked me to mention Hebrew High. So Hebrew High is also having online registration currently for rising 8th through 12th graders. Please visit Hebrew High's website online. And our friends at Huntingtown Farms Elementary School are in need of school supplies and backpacks for a new school year. A list of their needs is available online. Linda Levy will collect your donations at Temple Israel or the Levine Jewish Community Center. Please remember to RSVP for the upcoming High Holy Days, either in person, reconfirm, or for the drive-by Moxer pickup. It will help Karen and her team plan appropriately for our High Holy Day services. We're also seeking greeters for Shabbat and the High Holy Days. Should you be interested in greeting or sponsoring a Shabbat treat, please call Karen. Also, please take some time to look at the Kol Israel page that has all of the High Holy Day services for the month of September. I think we will spend more time together in Shabbat and in High Holy Days during the month of September than we will spend away from one another. So please do take a look at that and read your weekly email. Things are evolving quickly, and we don't want anyone to miss any changes for any of those services as the situation continues evolving. So again, welcome to all of our new congregants, welcome to all of our current congregants, and welcome to the Pittenger family and friends and guests, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Teresa. And just to echo what Teresa said, the high holidays are about 2 weeks away. We are well aware of that in here. And for so many synagogues across the country, plans change very quickly. So we thank you for bearing with us as we figure out the best way for us to observe the high holidays this year. We are committed to having congregants, having you here in the sanctuary, should you wish to be here on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and to providing an excellent virtual experience. Please, as Teresa said, look out for the emails, as unfortunately the Kol Yisrael is out of date already. I've changed a number of things, but again, we are excited to be here for the high holidays. We are going to conclude our Kabbalat Shabbat service with Shalom Aleichem, the traditional Shabbat song. We're going to do something a little bit different tonight. When we get to Tzeitchem L'Shalom, the goodbye passage, Cantor and I and Rupert are going to walk out of here and walk to the Rabbi Murray Ezrin Courtyard, an amphitheater outside. Just follow us out there as we are walking out. Come on out and follow us out singing Shalom Aleichem. We're going to make Kiddush out there together, led by Rupert, and join together for a Shabbat treat. If you would rather take yours to go, we also understand, and enjoy. Page 5, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.